Hey Collective, it's me, your favorite psychic medium, host of Spirit News on Spotify, where we teach you about your non-physicalness. I'm here with my very own spirit team, the Guild, the Golden Triangle, where we bring you higher perspectives of linear views to help you get a new perspective, a fresh perspective, something that you can't see. We are here riding the astral waves, trying to make the world a better place through love, forgiveness, and gratitude. Those are the three things that'll get you immediately to connect with your own spirit team, which we teach you on Spirit News. Spirit's here. See? Spirit's here. Spirit's always here. Spirit never leaves you. It's us. It's us who leaves spirit. So we're teaching you how to connect with spirit. We do that on Spirit News, how to connect with your own spirit guidance. Everybody incarnates with guides. Nobody is exempt from that. You just have to ask for help. Here on our YouTube channel, we connect with spirit to read energy for psychic development. And this is energy, so you have to take what resonates. Not all messages will be for you, but there's lots of other messages. I have so many, and you have to just take what resonates and leave the rest. Energy can be fluid and no gender. It could be past, present, or future. So make sure that you're your leader of discernment when you're listening to the messages. If anything scares you or makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not for you. It's just a confirmation of what you know already, 144, and it's just meant to help guide you to give you a higher perspective, okay? So we're going to use some different cards I haven't used before and just see what comes up. I'm going to not be afraid to try new things and see what Spirit has to say, okay? Let's see who we can help. Remember, if it's not for you, this is going to be for somebody out there. So we want to keep that in mind. Not every message will be our message. Okay, I got 12, 12. And I got 3 zeros. I am focused. I am a creator. Stay focused on the best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. You are the one with the creator. You are one with the creator, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. Prison. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on Earth. So someone could be focused on creating something, or something in their reality that they are focused on may be creating something big for them. What else, Spirit? Oh, I like these cards. Something inspirational, a little inspirational help. I am a visionary. Creativity is a driving force in your life. Your imagination is rich. Oh, Spirit said necro. And you are able to express your feelings and insights in unique ways that others can benefit from. There's 3 12s on the board and 3 1s, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6 1s, and there's 3 2s. 1 1 1. Hello, Grand Rising, new day. Angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. Well, that's a nice start. Spirit said necro, so they're like, let me give you some love before we get into this, okay? Oh, geez. All right, well, let's see.
Definitely.
Definitely. So Spirit wants you to know that you are what you focus on. You're a master co-creator of the universe. You just have to envision what you want and then create it. Thank you, Spirit. Now that they've gotten that out of the way, let's see what's really going on. Okay. The cringe man. Do you make yourself cringe? Or it's your job to make others cringe? I guess, yeah, Spirit said yeah. It's your job to make other people cringe.
Negative.
Oh, they said negative. I don't know what 888 means. I only have 2s, 1s, and 0s. I'm not good at remembering the numbers. Someone's feeling heartbroken. Someone's feeling heartbroken. They could be Maybe that's why we had a little love to start, because Spirit wants to talk to someone who may be grieving. Let's look in a book. Let's look in a book to take a look. Let's look in a book to take a look. You remember reading Rainbow? Butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book. Okay. Oh, shoot. Buildings and man-made structures, a temple or a shrine. Temples are usually ancient places of worship, contemplation, and meditation, from the great Buddhist sanctuaries to Shinto shrines and Hindu holy places to the classical temples of Greece and Rome. Their significance in dreams depends in part on your own beliefs and how they affect your behavior. So someone could have had a different religious belief. Maybe they didn't believe in meditation. Roy could be significant. Maybe they didn't believe in contemplation, or that like does anything, because there's lots of people like that. Oh, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I deal in cringe and cringe accessories. Well, someone's got to do it, cringe man, and you're the one. Spirit said no, though. Spirit said negative. You're not a cringe man. Being in a temple often indicates you're seeking refuge. So someone's in a disturbing matter in their waking life that they're seeking refuge from. They want to retreat from it for a while because they need to gather their strength for something. They've been living in denial and they know that it's not wise. There could be an indication that this person doesn't know how to deal with their problems. They could have potentially have believed that meditation and contemplation are foolish and not significant, and that it doesn't affect their behavior. But now something is starting to make them see that they might be in denial of the way that they're living because it's not working for them. It may come from an ancient mind place, mind state, or belief system that doesn't work anymore. So we have someone who's in an old mind frame. They don't know how to focus. They don't understand the universe. They don't understand energy. But something is starting to make them see. I am a visionary. They're starting to give them a vision of what those things are beneficial for. I meditate every day, sometimes twice a day, and it really is something that as a non-physical being you have to do because it addresses your non-physical energy. It's a self-care action that removes blockages from your field, where it can distort how you operate and it can distort how you feel. So meditation is, lots of people, it takes some getting used to learn how to quiet your mind and to focus it. But it's something we have to learn how to do. This person may not have thought meditation was anything because of their belief systems, but now they're in some kind of state of despair, some kind of grieving, and it may be shattering their belief systems because we have a shattered picture frame. So something they're going through that's broken their heart has shattered their belief systems, and they may have mocked. I almost said mocked before when I meant to say blocked. So they may have mocked meditation. They may have mocked spirituality, breathing techniques. It may have seemed really silly to them. Addiction. They have addictions. They're codependent. They have emotional blocks. I told you. I wouldn't say that I had addiction, but I was getting close to it, and I used Joe Dispenza's breathing techniques and meditation to reprogram my body, to reprogram my mind. And what I've learned, someone's brother, what I've learned from my own experience is that you have to reprogram your body and your mind at the same time, because your body can hold memory of your patterns emotionally, and they can get stuck in your body, and your mind might be on the same page to quit those things, but if your body is not on the same page and you don't reprogram your body, um, you will repeat patterns that you don't necessarily mentally want, and you'll be wondering why you can't stop. So the breathing techniques help to reprogram through parasympathetic nervous system to remove blockages and to help you alleviate stress from your body, and that releases blockages that are non-physical. Your body can hold non-physical energy from past traumas that will make you repeat codependent tendencies, obsessions, and emotional blocks. So I did that through Joe Dispenza. He's awesome. He healed his own body. I was like, I'll listen to anything he says. He could have been paraplegic, but he got channeled meditation and breathing techniques that he did for, I think, you have to read his story because I don't remember it exactly. I think he did it for like 2 years or 3 years, and he healed his own body. So that's what you're essentially doing when you're tapping into your breath and you're reprogramming your mind and your body. And so you come from a heart space, and that's what heals your body, your mind, your temple. So this person is going through these things, confirmation, and they may start to be looking towards other alternatives for what they're going through. It does work. It really does. It really, really does. Sunglasses, yeah. They may be watching you. Maybe you're someone who... Three. Maybe three people are watching you. Maybe you're somebody who overcame addiction through some kind of alternative, spiritual practices, and now they're being perceptive, and they're watching, and they're looking at you, and they're seeing that they're seeing that it's not false, that it could potentially be real. They could potentially hate you because of it, or have some animosity towards you, or that's just a natural reaction to someone who's unhealed. I don't want to say natural, but it is a common reaction to view someone who's overcame hardships in that way, and someone struggling to do it. They could be looking at you upset. Foundation, established family security. They're seeing how you strengthened your foundation through some alternative way of healing yourself, because they're in addictions and they're heartbroken. Their perception has been askewed, and they've actually mocked spirituality, and it could have possibly shaken up their foundation, or it is shaking up their foundation, and they're looking at you like, how did you do it? Why can't I do it? Why you? Instead of asking you, they should ask you. Cupid's arrow. Oh, wait a second. Let me shuffle these a little more. I'm being called to shuffle these. So this person has obsessions and restraints, possible control issues, and emotional blockages because of their blocked perception of, when you Alexander could be significant. When you block yourself from alternative ways of healing, you just limit yourself to the way healing comes to you. Healing can come in so many ways, and it's different for everybody, but if you mock a certain way you could potentially heal, all you're doing is limiting yourself to the possibility of that healing you. Hi, Eddie. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. So that's possibly why this person's looking at you and hating on you, because they don't have the they don't have the wherewithal to do what you did or really understand what you did. They need to have a conversation with you. They should be asking you, how'd you do it? Help me out. I want to call you and hear your voice. They could have potentially have been in your life before, but abundance in reverse. But they could have they don't have the same mindset as you. They don't have a positive mindset. Confirmation. They don't live in a state of gratitude, and that's why they have emotional blockages. So they kind of feel like you guys were very different. They could have stopped talking to you because of your spiritual beliefs. Hi, Samara. Now they feel trapped, stuck, tied down, captive, but in reverse. So something in the past kept them, or something that maybe you were in the past that, oh, I see what you're saying, Spirit. Thank you. So in the past, they watched you become unstuck. Oh, thank you. I love you so much. I'm so grateful to you. Spirit loves you. In the past, this person perceived you. They saw you. You used to be stuck. You used to be in a place just like them, codependent, perhaps having some emotional issues, addictions. They watched you. They were looking at you. They saw that you used to be that way, but it's in reverse. So they actually witnessed you get out of your own addictions and codependencies. 3 again. This could possibly be 3 people.
Stop us.
Spirit said, stop us. They could have potentially wanted to stop you from doing it because they thought it was stupid. They mocked you. You definitely used some kind of spirituality or some kind of alternative way of healing that they thought was stupid. Basically, they thought it was ridiculous. They wanted to make fun of you. They wanted to, oh, she thinks breathing, just petty, just petty. But you knew that love goes the distance. You knew that love heals all. And it really does. Love, gratitude, it really does heal all. Forgiveness. And they're seeing you at a distance, loving yourself. And they're seeing you at a distance, taking care of yourself and coming from a place of strength. But they could have potentially wanted to stop you from doing that. Yeah, they were doing escapism. Yeah, it does sound like projection. They're making fun of you for becoming better, but yet they're not becoming better. That's definitely projection. They were escaping. They were avoidant. They were blocking and pushing away. Spirit always says people will reject what they need the most. So if you're rejecting anything that you're scared to start, it could be something in there that you potentially need. And in this case, it was some kind of healing, but an alternative way of healing. Like the book said meditation and going to like temples and shrines like a Buddhist. So some kind of spirituality that was different from them. They avoided it. They blocked it. They pushed you away because of it. And they wanted to stop you from doing it. Because they didn't feel like they're enough. They were in their ego. They're self-sabotaging. They lacked confidence. And when they saw you self-loving yourself, that's an exact opposite of how they were feeling. So they definitely took that as, I'm getting, Spirit's telling me they took it as almost like an offense.
Look on shelf.
Look on shelf. They thought that you were better than them. They were like, oh, you can't hang out with us anymore. Oh, you don't want to do this anymore. Oh, you think you're too good. Because once you start healing, you don't want to do things like that anymore. Everyone has their own path. That's right. Everyone has their own path. Everyone starts their path in their own time. This person or you collective could have possibly recognized that, and in doing your spiritual practice, you may have learned that everybody is on their own path, and you may have your self-love journey made you separate yourself from people that weren't on the same page as you, that weren't on the same shelf as you. And from the outside, it may look like you're cutting people off, like you're rejecting people, but really what you were doing was protecting your energy and not wanting to be around toxic people that did toxic behaviors that you're trying to avoid. When you're healing, you don't want to surround yourself with people who aren't healed, because you're not going to be a match to that. It's going to make you unhealed. So they could have taken that as rejection, and they could have done something to try to stop you. Memories. They're thinking about you now. They're looking at you from a distance. They're having memories and reminiscing, and it's bittersweet because they know that if they want to be with you again in whatever capacity this is, it could be work, relationships, friends, you have to put it where it resonates. They know that it's bittersweet because if they come to you, then they're going to have to meet you at your level because that's how it works. You're not going to go back down to their level after you've done healing, and you're not going to become an addict again just to be their friend or whatever this is. But they're self-sabotaging. So even if you did go to be their friend, Spirit said three again. This is three people. Even if you did go back with them at the state they're at, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be fun. It'd be bittersweet because they're not doing the work to heal themselves to meet you at the level you're at. And if they're not going to meet you at the level that you're at, then you have to go to them, and you're not willing to do that. That's called an energetic boundary, and you have to create those with people who don't want to do the work. And even if you would go back with them, they would find a way to self-sabotage it because they're not healed, which would in turn hurt you because self-sabotaging behaviors usually hurt other people. A hard lesson. Yeah, a hard-ass lesson to learn. That's right. Twin flames. Twin flames. So this could have been a twin flame connection. You guys could be mirroring each other. But this person didn't want to reflect. So, the misconception about twin flames is that you're meant to be together forever, or like that's your person forever. But it's not necessarily so. There's hard lessons to be learned when you experience a twin flame that might not result in both of you being on the same level. And this person could not reflect the way that because they were blocking the way they feel about you. This person, very high connection with you. Beam. This person said beam. It was like a laser beam. It was a direct high connection with you. And they weren't able to reflect, though, and be on the level of healing that you were on, I'm getting. And so they avoided it. They blocked it. They pushed you away because they didn't want to do the work, basically. They didn't want to heal. They mocked you. They thought that it was stupid. They thought, meditation, that doesn't do anything. Because they were in their ego. They're self-sabotaging. Like I said, like Spirit says, you reject what you need the most. They felt like you abandoned them. They felt like you abandoned them, like you walked away from them. Like I said, they felt like, oh, you think you're too good for me now? You can't be here on my level. You want to like breathe and shit. They took it as a rejection, as an abandonment wound, like you didn't want to be with them anymore. But I'm not really getting that. I'm getting that you just didn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So you just made a choice to heal, but you didn't ever stop them or judge them for not healing.
I died suddenly.
But now they're in pain. They were apprehensive about what you were doing. It kind of scared them because it was so different than what they're used to. They might have come up in a really traditional household where spirituality wasn't really talked about. Maybe they're an atheist. Maybe you're running around the house burning sage and Palo Santo, and they're like, what the hell are you doing? You're like, I'm clearing the field, and they're like, you're weird. And it's just because they didn't understand they weren't using their intuition. They weren't connected with their intuition like you were. But what's interesting and what I'm getting is that your twin flame connection you could possibly share a telepathic connection with your twin flame, and that scared the shit out of them. That scared them. They pushed that down, deep down.
Sloth.
They didn't want sloth. Yeah, Spirit said sloth. They didn't want to act on that. They didn't want to believe it. They avoided it. To them, it was easier to say that's stupid than to be like, open arms about it. They were wearing a mask. Come through, Spirit. They were wearing a mask. They were denying how they felt, even though they knew that there was something special. It's because they felt like they weren't enough. This person is someone, I can hear their thoughts now. They're like, but I'm not enough for them. They're not going to want me where I'm at. Let me make fun of them. Let me berate them and mock them because I don't want them to see how unhealed I am. And so, from a higher perspective, this person wanted to tear you down because they needed you to be at a place they were at because so they could feel like they weren't fucking up, basically. But they knew that that was wrong. They knew that that was wrong. They knew that they were pretending and that they were making a mistake, but they couldn't stop themselves from doing it. So now now they spy on you. Now they could potentially spy on you. They could, I don't know if you have a platform or maybe you just post lots of spiritual things. Now they, or you could take it another way. This person is now realizing that you're right and could potentially be, because it says information ways, they could potentially be looking up certain things to, hey, thanks for being here, looking up certain things to help heal them, to help start their journey. I already forgave them long ago. They will find the love for themselves one day. I hope they do. Yes, I hope everyone does.
Secret.
Spirit said secret. This person may have had a secret. I think the secret was that they knew that you were the one for them, but they reached their breaking point. They felt overwhelmed by your, you kept climbing your ascension process. You were climbing too fast. You were doing all the things and they weren't doing anything. And they started to reach a breaking point, their limit, their final straw, because they viewed you as like so far away from them that they couldn't reach up to you. They could have possibly felt like they were climbing a pyramid, um, or a pine tree. They were looking for happiness, but they couldn't. But it was like an empty purse. They didn't know how to fill their purse, so they may have looked to profit to kind of fill an empty void. They may have, that may be the secret. They may have potentially took a boat ride with a friend to find meaning, find success somewhere else, find luck somewhere else. They could have left you out in the cold. They could have left you out in the cold and hit you with a branch to affect your health so that you wouldn't recover, because they didn't want to bridge a gap. They didn't want a change of circumstances or a journey they weren't ready for. And so what they did was they may have teamed up with a friend or someone else to find a new meaning. They basically tried to find another person to replace you. Oh, I love that. You don't climb the pyramid, you go inside it. Yes, exactly. Well, this person felt like they're like it was like climbing a pyramid when exactly they should have just went inside of it. They could have took the elevator up. So what they decided to do was to find happiness in someone else instead of going within. They may have found another person. It could be a friend, it could be a lover, I don't know. And they went on a boat ride together to find happiness, but they reached some kind of fork in the road because the person they went with didn't represent what you represented, and it made them realize that their circumstances they put themselves in really set them back on their journey, and it made the symbols harder to decipher that Spirit was sending them. And so, oh, UFO psychic ability or phenomenon. They may have Oh, and I also have intuition and telepathy here. This person may have been scared of their own psychic abilities, or yours, collective, or both, because you're twin flames, so you probably both had a psychic connection. So they swept it under the umbrella or under the carpet. They sheltered it. They closed it off because they wanted to deny it because it was like a unicorn. It made them feel like an urn, like like it was something that they couldn't bring into fruition. It was too scary for them. It was so out of their element that they didn't know how to hear you. They didn't know how to really process a telepathic communication with somebody. That is a lot. I could see how that's a lot, especially when you're an atheist or you don't believe in stuff like that. That can be a real like cognitive dissonance, and that's what this person went through. They went through a cognitive dissonance, and instead of working it out with you or meeting you where you're at, they decided to mock you and make fun of you, and they could have teamed up with somebody to do that. Drink your tea slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the world, earth, revolves, slowly, evenly, without rush toward the future. Yeah, this person has just like you said, you have to go in the pyramid. This person was trying to run up the pyramid as fast as they can, getting tired and then giving up because it's not a race or a competition. They may have started to be in competition with you with your healing process, and they couldn't keep up with you because they were trying to do it their own way instead of instead of accepting that they may need to be more flexible. They may need to realize that it's not about who gets there first. Everybody's on their own journey. And they were rushing. They were rushing something, but they never asked you because they didn't take you seriously. They viewed you as competition at that point because they were threatened by you that you were healing without them. W, windmill, wolf, worms, wreath. So they tried to find success in assisting another business venture or another person. They were guarded against you, but they came across jealous friends that ended up being secret enemies that they needed to watch out for, that was interfering with with your guys' relationship, and it made them lose you. It made them lose you, but it also made them realize that they love you. What else, Spirit? Holy Divine Spirit, I love you so much. Thank you for the messages. Another W, wall, wagon, wasp, watch, waterfall. They realized that they only created a barrier between something they wanted in their life, and perhaps there was a misunderstanding or a difference of opinion. You guys may have been married, or they got married, but ended up having romantic problems because they were seeing you heal and they were with somebody who wasn't healed, and they realized that you were the prosperity after all. You were the prosperity they needed the whole time, but they looked to someone else to stipulated. They looked to someone else to find happiness, or 333 on the clock, or they thought that they'd be happier with someone else, essentially, because you were healing. Oldish, and an old mind frame. They came from a very traditional kind of background. Aw, poor Berber. So what's going on now? Let's see what's going on now. Ah. I think they're heartbroken. I think they realize they made a big mistake. They're definitely watching you from afar. What's gonna happen now?
The number one.
I told you, this person's got old religious beliefs that don't include meditating or breathing exercises. They have very traditional values and an education, and they may have a family that doesn't understand spirituality either. So they really just were ignorant students and they didn't see the value in it. But justice is here. Karmic justice. Eee. They may be going through some kind of um, contract or life lesson, or they may want to apologize to you. They may have started a new karmic cycle with another person, trying to, escape you and go to someone who's more like them. But I think the karmic justice is the consequences of that, that the grass isn't always greener, because now that they're apart from you, they're actually agreeing that you could potentially be right. So that's why they're watching you from a distance and having self-love and healing. They could potentially be watching your social media, learning from you, seeing what you're doing. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yeah, they Ten of Swords, yeah, because they feared that they would start it and that they wouldn't succeed, I guess. That they would do it and it wouldn't work for them. They were having a fear mindset. They were they're fearing the past would repeat itself, but they're pulling themselves together now and they're learning from the past, and they're also learning from you. Whatever it is you're doing is actually helping them see a higher perspective. It made them go into hermit mode. Made them go into isolation, get some introspection and some reflection to find that there's not one way to heal. There's multiple ways to heal. You just have to be open to doing it, to exploring it, to being curious about it. There's so many different modalities of healing, and it's fun to just try a couple and see what works for you, but it's like a trial and error process. So this whole situation actually pushed, because they didn't want to go willingly, it pushed this person into hermit mode, to honor their spiritual self. They're finally seeing that you're right. We are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience. We're non-physical entities having a human experience, and they're starting to self-reflect. Wow. I love that. I love that. Well, just remember, buddy, it's not a race, okay? Devil energy. Devil energy is here. And the Hierophant, this person might have done magic on you. The Hierophant and the Devil is usually magic in the world of tarot. They could have, that could have been the other belief system they believed that was different than yours. That could be why they mocked you, because they had a different belief system than you. You may have believed in spirituality, and this person believed in the dark arts. They may have had a misunderstanding of the difference, and I don't think this person understood the true way of that modality, that belief system. Or at least the person they met maybe could have talked them into doing it against you, or making fun of you because of it. Maybe they didn't do it directly, but the person they met could have done it, and that's how they became involved in it. But we have the addiction card again. I guess it doesn't necessarily mean they were practicing magic, but they definitely had an old way of thinking, a belief system that definitely fed their addictions and their depression. And it may have been because of their limiting thoughts about what's possible, and it may have created bondage for them in that energy. Not may have, it did. Yeah, I have justice and judgment in reverse. So they're going through karmic justice. They may have started malicious gossip about you because they had a lack of self-awareness and an unwillingness to learn, and now they're in a karmic lesson. Sorry.
Inform.
Yeah, they're informed now. Now that they've already made the mistake, now they're in the karmic justice of it, and they're learning, or they're being informed that the way they were thinking, oh my god, this bird just landed on a tiny twig. Come through, Spirit, I love you, cutie. They've been informed. They're well informed now that you were right and that they were wrong, and they see you from afar, self-loving, healing, being full, being happy, and they want that too. So you might receive some kind of contact after their isolation. God has them in a moment of isolation so they can think about what has transpired. And yeah, I hope this helps, collective. I love you so much. Goodbye.